Newsfeed, the AM edition. We're going to jazz it up a little bit on a more rhythmic note. We speak to celebrated Nigerian musician Asha, who has just released a brand new single called Mayana off her new album. Asha wrote all the material for the new album while flying back to Lagos from Paris. This after the COVID-19 pandemic put an end to her European tour. The new single is being described as mesmerizing marriage of rhythmic, hip-shaking percussion. She joins us now to share her creative process and to tell us more about the new material. Asha, great to speak to you. Now, you've been quiet for a minute and then you come back with this truly amazing track. Walk us through it. What was the inspiration?
Well, I mean, it was, first of all, hello, everyone. Nice to meet you as well. You know, it was after the COVID hit and then my tour, the European leg of my tour came to an abrupt end. And I came to Lagos and, you know, like everyone, like, okay, what next? What do we do now with ourselves? And so just being in Lagos gave me the opportunity to actually start meeting you know, producers that I never met or never would have had the chance to meet because I was always on the floor somewhere, you know. So, you know, that was what the COVID period it really did it gave birth to this album, you know.
Now, I particularly liked Mayana. Is it one of your favorites or are there others on the album that you like?
It's definitely one of my favorite. It's so easy. It's not intrusive. You can listen to it 1,000 times. And that's why I like Mayana. And it's quite interesting because when writing the song, I was wondering, what is Mayana? What am I doing? You know, you know, I think not having the stress of cars and hearing the horns and honking and that quiet moment that, you know, everyone had to stay in. I think, you know, that just allowed me really listen to myself and, you know, really not stress too much with writing the songs. Of course, Mayana is born from that feel of just easy cruise, no stress, no hurry. But you know what? There are also really, really cool songs on the album.
Okay, but what we're going to do right now is we're going to dip into that song, Mayana. Obviously, many of our viewers have not had the chance to listen to it, so let's take a watch.
You see, if you walk in the marketplace, don't throw stones. Even if you do, you just might hit one of your own. Life is not about your policies all the time, so you better rearrange your philosophies and be good to your fellow man. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let's hear you if without saying.
Okay, clearly somebody in the studio prefers one of the older tracks, but we are going to go to Mayana now and take a watch very quickly.
To an island far away. You and I, we will live here together. You and me, my forever. Aye, 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 aye. Plenty vision, banana. I will be your Mayana. Aye, 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 aye. Nothing but I love. Nothing but I love. Nothing but a smile on your face. Cause we know, say, nothing but I love. Nothing but I love. Nothing but the love when we give. Cause we know, say, we'll never make it.
So I suppose the incredible thing, Asha, about music nowadays is not just about the beats, but there's also the aspect of the choreography that goes into it. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. So you are listening to this amazing track, but also watching a well-scripted performance, if you will.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Everything had to go together. And it really just showing off Black people and who we are, what we are. And so, Mayana, like I said, people would think, oh, it's a song on the island. Yes, that was what I was thinking of. But we shot it in Accra, Ghana, and we just wanted it to be an easy song of somebody who appreciates life and, despite having a tough job, which is usually the story here in Africa, they just relax and take time and not stress too much, despite, lots of stress around them.
I Want to Be Your Mayana is something that you sing pretty often in that song. What does that actually mean?
I want to be your tomorrow. I want to be your healer. I want to be your forever. That's what Mayana is.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the other tracks on the album. Their inspiration, any 2 or 3 that you want to talk about that you particularly like?
Oh, this time around, I'm going to be having some collaboration. So I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, this is another side of Asha. It's another side of Asha. You thought you've seen everything. You thought you've seen it all, but no. There's still more. And I always love to push the boundaries for me, see how far I can go in music. And I've expressed that on this coming album. So I'm excited, to share, with my fans, with people. I'm excited to share with you.
Now, talk to us about the collaborations that you've got lined up. One of the things that's happening from this end, we've got a new genre, it's a few years old, called Amapiano, and they're off to Accra, Ghana, in a few weeks, big music festival there. So what determines who you collaborate with, and what are some of the collaborations that we can look forward to?
For now, I wouldn't be mentioning the names of the collaborators. I just want to keep, some surprise and, have you be surprised. Collaborations really, for me, are 2 ways, It's either natural and most of, organic, and that's what happened on this record, or, it's the other way, I 2 musicians or 2 genres of music meet and they collaborate, and some kind of business goes on. But usually, especially on this record, we know of each other, we respect each other, we respect each other's work and persons as artists. And so it just came really organic, And
okay, whilst not pushing you for the exact name of whom it is you're collaborating with, something that we've seen all too often, certainly in the recent past, with African musicians, is collabos with artists that are in Europe or in the US. Are we looking at an international? Is it something? Are these collaborations with artists in Nigeria, on the continent, or beyond?
Oh yes, it's going to be Nigeria, Ghana, Africa, but they're all international artists, They all have international careers. So yes, but it's mainly Africa.
Now let's talk a little bit about your personal life. Many of our fans want to know who's the man in Ash's life, what's happening on that front. Care to share a little bit?
I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary to speak about my personal life. It's boring, first of all. So yeah, let's just keep it there.
Okay. I don't imagine it's boring, but okay, if you do say. Now let's talk about young artists that are coming onto the scene, wanting to follow in your footsteps. What are those nuggets that you would like to share with them?
Well, I always said, do music because you are passionate. And know before you get into it that music is subjective, just like any art. People may not like it, so you don't get disappointed. And you have to work at it. It's work. It's hard work. It's more than a 9 to 5 job, you know. So you need to put everything you have in it. So I mean, pretty much that's it. A lot of things have changed now. A lot of things have changed. So look what's going on, learn from it, and keep your head down and focus on your art, really. Always be prepared, you know. Always be prepared. Always be prepared. You never know when you get lucky down the road.
It's not finally
music is it's like a lottery.
All right, we talked very early on about your European tour, which was cut short because of COVID. Talk to us about what the horizon holds. Obviously, red status for a number of African countries, but we'd like to think that in the foreseeable future that those countries and those borders will reopen. Any plans to tour?
Yes, there've been there are some shows already, already out. I'm going to be performing at the Royal Albert Hall in May 3rd, 2022. And there, other shows that we have, opened for Paris. It's going to be for Dubai. Just a few shows for now till we see what the situation is with the borders.
Asha, we're super grateful for your time this morning. And as you well know, Mayana, that's a hit. Absolutely love it. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Musician Asha has just released a brand new single called Mayana off her new album, Something You Want to Listen To.